Hey guys, welcome back to my Let's Play walkthrough of Final Fantasy IV. This is Momo, and before we begin, please don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe, and comment on what your favorite part of this game is. And now that we've got the shameless plugins out of the way, let's begin. Okay, as I told you guys last time, this is really part of a much larger project where I'm going to try and play every single Final Fantasy main series game in existence and try and record it. Right. Now, the last time when we left our heroes, we just got a new character named Rydia, and as you can see at level 1, she's really not equipped to take on this big bad world. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our order, and you move her down. You'll see that she's actually a little bit back, like her portrait's a bit to the right of Cecil's. This means that she's in the back row, which offers several advantages. The first of which is that she takes half damage from any physical attacks. And as well as, well, the other option is that in the back row, physical attacks, your accuracy is lower and you do half damage. But as Rydia is a magic-based character, this really won't be much of an issue. We'll show you a trick now. Let's just get a battle quickly. As you can see, because she's only at level 1, she's quite a bit slower than Cecil. So we're going to have him attack and hopefully clear out some enemies for us as we go along. If you go down into items and go up and select the rod, if you use it like that, Rydia will use an attack that uses her magic stat to start things off with. At the moment it's not quite powerful enough, but soon it will be. We ideally want to try and get Rydia to level 7, which really isn't going to take all that long considering she's at level 1, so that she's going to be leveling up pretty quickly. Just a note, these eye-wing moths can cast a blind status, so you want to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Because without that, in the blind status, Cecil's pretty much crippled. Just watch out for the lava. They've got this nasty move at osmosis. So what that does is it removes some of your MP, which we don't want to do because as you can see, Rydia doesn't really have that much. And we've got our first useful spell that she has. And that is, we go here, White Magic Cure. Restores a bit of HP. Not really necessary to use right now. And I don't think I'm going to be recording all of this grinding because it's fairly simple and straightforward. The auto battles should see you through, and as you go, you'll see Rydia will get faster and faster, and soon she'll be able to pace Cecil with the damage. And that's all we need for now. Okay, cool. Back, and as you guys can see, our summoner has leveled up some, so she's a lot more prepared to go ahead and take on this adventure with us. And she's also learned a couple of new spells. Let's just check them out quickly. Cure, Sight, and Hold. Right, none of which are immediately useful, but this is pretty good. Thunder and Blizzard. What these do is they're going to use elemental damage. However, you'll find if you test them out that Chocobo is actually her best option right now, just simply because of these spells' base power. Now that we're a little more prepared for this world, let's head back into Kaipo and continue on with the story. I'm going to go ahead and start off at the inn to begin things with, just because, well, I really don't want to be using the potions and stuff like that right now. And we'll rest the night here and we'll be restored to full. Who are you talking to, Cecil? Like really, who are you telling good night to? Rydia? I've been through this already, but this is not weird at all. Not in the least. Also of note, over here we have the sundry shop. If you want, you can stock up on some items. But again, there really isn't anything that we need right now, so I'm not going to go and waste skill on it. Let's head down here. Now across this inn, we here go to the northernmost house over here and go all the way up here and we'll find Rosa yet again. Okay, I got a bit of a question here as always with this game. It seems like the space-time continuum goes on holiday with surprising regularity around here because presumably Rosa left Baron after us. How did she get to Kaipo before we did? You can do this even without going over to check and level grind with Rydia, so that doesn't answer it pretty well either. I guess we're just going to put it down to, again, the space-time continuum decided to take a vacation, guys. Nothing more to it. You can find an ether up here, and that's the only treasure we have in Kaipo. So now we have to go and see about curing Rosa of desert fever. The easiest way to do that is we're going to head all the way north up here, and we're going to find our next dungeon. Come on, anytime now. So I guess it's a bit north and a bit to the right. So northeast of Kaipo. Over there, I see it. Let's head on over there. As before, save your game before entering a dungeon, guys. Save your game before entering dungeons. Right, now that we've got the functioning banter, we've got a battle here. 4 Desert Sahagwans. If you've done like I've told you to, and you've grinded, you should have no problem dispatching these enemies, guys, really. Okay, Underground Waterway. Immediately head to the north over here, and we've got a treasure chest. Oh, 2 treasure chests. One has the totally useless potion, and the other's got a Maiden's Kiss. Maiden's Kisses, guys, they're going to come in handy very soon in this dungeon. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Over here we go. Down here we got another chest, and this one's got a tent. Now that we've got someone who actually has MP, tents are going to be of a lot more use now. And who's this? Old man, a dark sword, Dark Knight, I need your assistance. Okay. Fans of the game is going to know exactly what's coming not too long. So, Sage Tella, alright? And she's a summoner. You forget the fact that she's 5 years old, but we're going to take her on this adventure. We're going to take her through a dungeon where there's a horrible monster guarding the exit. Really kind of gives you the feel for the scope of things, doesn't it? Okay, let's have a look at our new character then, as always. Wow, 16 intelligence. So that really gives you a measure of how strong this guy's magic is going to be. Although if you look at his physical stats, it's nasty. It's downright rancid. For equipment, he's got a staff and leather clothing. He doesn't really have anything else equipped. Now if we look at his abilities, white magic and black magic. If you've done some experimenting with Rydia, you'll already know that she's quite good as it is. And recall, this ability is actually good for nothing. Trust me on this, it does nothing useful. Never, ever, ever use recall. Let's look at his spell selection. As you can see, it's a lot more extensive than Rydia's. He's got Cura, which is the upgrade of Cure, Raise, which will basically use a Phoenix down, and then we've got Teleport, which will get us out of the dungeon quickly if we needed to. Then Black Magic, he's got the 3 basic elemental spells, Stop, which definitely has its uses, and Osmose in case we need to charge up our MP. Okay, that's about it for now. What we should also do is move Tella over here. That way he's also in the back row. Although his level is quite high, so he should have no problem surviving. Have Tella really just group cast the thunder on this guy. These enemies really shouldn't cause you much issues, guys. Between Cecil and Rydia, they really will be able to take everything out with Rod Blast and normal attacks. This guy is taking a few more whacks than usual, and he's keep on countering with re-raise, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything, so I don't know. Oh gosh, now I remember. Re-raise just simply brings him back to full health. That's it. Head on all the way up here, and here we got another battle. Okay, so clearly whacking the amoeba is really not going to do any good. So what we have to do is we have to cast Thunder with Tella and hope that it does enough damage to kill him. Although it doesn't seem to be. There we go, that one did it. Okay, if we look at levels, Rydia is at 8, Cecil's at 13, and Tella is at 20. So he's not going to be leveling up anytime soon. Although it's interesting to note that Tella, when he levels up, his stats don't really increase, unlike these other characters. Iron Armlet, he can use that immediately. It should help out with this horrible defense of his, just somewhat. So he'll be able to take a few more whacks than before he drops like a fang. Oh shit, no, Tella! So I'm gonna guess that amoeba's HP is around 120 or so, because that's how much it's taking to kill. well, as you guys can see, if you don't finish that thing off in one hit, it's a problem. It'll cast re-raise on itself, and then you'll never get the damn thing to die. Stupid enemies. Let's head up here, and we've got a potion, as always, useless. Zombies. Alright, now immediately you'll see Cecil does not do that much damage to these things. Ready as a Rod Blast should be a bit better, but if you really want to kill these things quickly, Fire from Tella is the way to go. A further option we can use, because it costs a bit less MP, if you cast Cure on them, they'll die pretty easy because they're undead enemies. But as before, Fire is the way to go, guys. Trust me on this. You saw how much damage that did. Although, seeing as Stella's got a maximum of 90 MP, we really shouldn't be burning through it as quickly as I have been. There's definitely a bit of a random factor. I wonder what the damage variance in this game is, because I saw that attack to 115, then I saw it done. It did 180, so hey, I don't know. These fishies are really of no major concern, to be honest with you. They don't do that much damage, and as you see, a thunder spell drops them quickly. Most of the enemies in here are weak to thunder, but you'll find even if you use thunder, Ready is better off using the Rod Blast because the damage difference isn't that big actually. No, I need to stop you relying on this auto battle so much. It's causing me issues. The plus side is Ready is leveling up pretty fast. Yeah, she's already at level 9 and we haven't been halfway through this dungeon. Nothing of note here, nothing of note here. Let's continue. And here we have our first save point, guys. And in here we'll enjoy a bit of a sleep. Sounds like any old school movie, I suppose. So sample. Sounds like an octopus. Pretty simple, right? So the old dude, I can feel it in my bones, guys. I can really feel it in my bones. I'm gonna go ahead and use this to save. Because we use Tella's tent, we're at full HP, so no big issues there. And I think that's where we're going to leave it today, guys. This is good enough, right? And we'll be tackling the rest of this dungeon and the boss next time. As before, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and leave a like and comment down below if you have any tips for me, if you have any different strategies from me, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye!